Hello everyone, my name is Matteo and today I'm painting Azog with oil paints. One of the perks of oil colors is that you can supposedly paint faster because it is very easy and quick to blend. I 3D printed the model and trying to fix the seam around the neck with Magic Sculpt. I think it is one of the best epoxy resin for this purpose. I'm using a silicone brush to try to resculpt the details on the neck and a lot of water to smoothen the surface. At the end I used a makeup sponge, which is really great for cleaning up the mess. Then I primed the bust with light blue. It is blue for no particular reason, and printed some reference material. I started by applying a light glaze of a purple color. I thought this would blend nicely with the skin color that I will be applying later. I'm using a dark bluish gray, trying to gradually make it lighter towards the left, where the light is supposed to come from. I only painted a couple of miniatures with oil colors and none of this size, so this is me trying to find my way out of this mess I put myself into. And indeed I made a lot of mistakes during the process. When the base color is done, I start to block out the highlights and the shadows. As you see, I'm not trying to be precise. I'm just defining the base shapes of the face, considering that light is coming mostly from the left and the top. Since everybody says that painting with oils is so much faster than with acrylics, I set myself the goal to finish this model in less than 2 hours. It is not very complicated and it doesn't have many details, so I think it is reasonable. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, I wasn't able to finish it by the 2 hours mark, but I went close enough. I keep going back and forth between lights and shadows, trying to follow the reference, and then with a smooth brush I can start blending colors together. At the end the result was a little boring, so I tried to add some color interest with green and red. And then again I can smooth everything together with a soft smooth brush. Now that the base color is done, I can start working on sharper highlights, trying to define better the shapes and the volumes. And this is probably the first mistake that I've made. I'm still kinda treating oils like acrylics, and I'm trying to work in layers, when with oils you only have one layer basically and you are always blending. So I should have been more aggressive with the highlights, probably already working with pure white or almost pure white and then blending with a soft brush. As you can see, I'm already working on the details, but the highlight on the shoulder is barely visible. So it's finally time to add the red underglow. I'm constantly looking at the reference image, and again I should have been more aggressive with the colors, adding more red, and indeed I had to come back to this section later. When the base red glow is done, I can start working up with lighter colors, starting with a dark orange up to a very bright yellow. You see, I'm using gradually smaller brushes for the lighter colors. There's no rush because oil paints stay wet for hours, and there's no fear to make mistakes because you have all the time to fix things. And actually they are often happy mistakes because everything goes into color modulation, and with a blending brush you can fix basically anything. This is where I realized that my highlights were dull, so I took the courage, I loaded the brush with pure white and finally started to understand how oil paints actually work. To add even more drama, I decided to also paint the blue glow from the left. The task is super easy, just block out the main color and then blend with a soft clean brush. So this is day 2, 1 hour and a half has passed. I thought I was close to finish, but I realized that I didn't have enough color contrast between the left and right side. The red glow on the right wasn't strong enough, and I had to fix a lot of issues, and I realized that I couldn't possibly finish the bust in less than 2 hours. So I started by darkening the right side with green and adding more red. Paint is still wet after 24 hours, so I can still blend the day after. So after about 40 minutes I was ready to apply the small details and finally call it done. Painting the plinth was easier than I expected. I didn't want to draw the attention away from the bust, so I went for a very dark color, and I thought that blue marble would be appropriate. It is just a matter of blocking out the colors, trying to find a nice pattern, and then smoothing them with a soft brush. Finally, I'm adding marble veins and details with a very small brush and pure white. So this concludes my third adventure with oil paints. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having a blast. They are super fun to use and you can reach decent result in very small time. At the end, my Azog won't win any contest, but for less than 3 hours work, I can't complain. I hope this video has been inspirational to you and see you next time. Ciao!